This is a Grande Pacific production. Well, a couple of things on the video. Couldn't go back and reshoot the video really well because I had, we're kind of at the point where we put the paint away. When I was editing, I noticed we had the hum in the background. Hum came from right down there, called the air conditioner. So you live and learn. But other than that, the trick on this whole thing, and this is a practice deal. There's all kind of techniques you can use to do this. But it's basically done with wet paint. Putting the blue on and then playing with the white. You can see there's a lot of color variation. This is what we just did. This is something I did a while back. It's lighter, but it still provides the desired effect. It's a sky. This works real as good as any of the other ones. This is another example of sky with the completed scene. Didn't quite go as high up on this one, but that's okay. People's eyes won't usually stray. I look, but most people come in here, you're looking at 10-foot ceilings. So again, I'm at eye level right here. So you have to realize that most people are not going to be staring up at your ceilings. So you know, you're your own worst critic when it comes to any of this. But do realize that people, you know, they may look, but it doesn't register to them. It does to you. And I know you're the person that's got to be satisfied, but give a little consideration to where people's eyes normally travel and try to focus on those areas. So there it is. Okay, we've had about 24 hours pass, and we've painted some more walls, and we've gone back and have the critics come in and they made suggestions, and we have made some alteration in the cloud patterns. So we're getting pretty close to where this works out. Everybody seems to like what we got now, so we'll start working our way down the rest of the wall. May go over and we're going to take another video of me painting again. Boy, that ought to get you excited. But as you can see, got a long way to go. Plus I got some more wall behind me. Plus there's some wall on the other side. But this is going to be a project we're going to work on here. Try to keep it going. I got someplace I'm going, so got a couple of weeks before that happens, so we're going to try to work on getting this part finished, because I really don't want to get up on the in the backside any further, and you really can't do anything else as far as what goes in front here without finishing up the sky. So this is it, and we'll try to piece all this together for you. Okay. All right, we're going to give another example of painting technique here. This is just the sky blue paint that I have selected. Well, I shouldn't say I selected. The help of my daughter and wife, who who are a lot better off with colors than I am. I suffer from red pigmentosis, so you have to get somebody else to tell you. For all you guys out there can't pick out your ties and get the colors right, that's your problem. It's called red pigmentosis. So, anyway, we're going to get this part right here all wet. This is the blue paint. Color of the blue paint when it's wet, as you can see, is definitely lighter. So this gets to be really, you're going to have to trial and error here. This is not something that I can tell you, do exactly as I say, and it'll all come out, as I do. You're going to have to practice and come up with your own techniques. Brush with the white paint on. Now, this, trying to create a little bit more of a cloud pattern here that's broken, not so much strata. And doesn't show up that well right at the moment, but you will see shortly. Things. Now, the little old Bob Ross technique here, you got to feather this stuff out, people. I can only tell you, I would highly recommend to take some time, go on YouTube, or if you have to, I have the tapes, but find Bob Ross and stuff and watch him paint a couple of his landscape scenery pictures, and you will get all kind of basic ideas about doing scenery painting, about down, and create all kind of different approaches. Now we get down to the bottom here, right at the bottom, there's a good chance that what I'm painting right now will never probably covered up by something else, but you don't know. So at the bottom, of course, you're closest to the what you're going to see, and I can almost guarantee you this will all get painted over, or it'll end up with a building in front of it. But just in case something's going to show through, it's a lot easier to do it now than it is later. So now, if you, in this case here, if you wanted to say have a little separation in here because you want to have the blue showing up, I put a little blue on the brush. You come in here and count in between these two clouds here. When this dries, you'll get a variation. That'll be bluer. And we'll try to come back and turn the camera back. I want to get that pieced in there. So it's a process that you can just play with until you kind of get it down to a thing. Now, as you can see, we've come up with some more. Now, you're not going to see this show up for about another 10 minutes, which you can't let the camera run that long, but we'll come back and take some more shots of it because it's wet and you're not seeing the final outcome until it dries. Particularly when it comes to the blue paint, this paint darkens up considerably once it dries. So here we are at the end of day 3. It's not the end of the day, but the right arm after 3 days of this says, okay, time for a break. So, gotten a lot of sky painted. Tried some different things. Even changed the colors on the bottom of the sky there a little bit to indicate that darker cloud underneath. So keep working at it, and then eventually I guess we'll get it all done. And we've gone back and done a couple of highlighting things, applied some more white on some of the clouds to make them stand out. So this is where we're at on Sky Painting 101. So we've come and got the first big part of the sky painting done, from the corner over there in the far right all the way down this wall. Which right here down this wall here is 50 feet long, so not quite all the way to the end of it, but that's as far as we could go with the ladder. I have a friend who's going to come over, and we're going to get in the back corner and probably try to work our way and get that hole done. As I explained before in some of the other videos, this is eye level right here on this shot, and where you see the tracks that come across from the top of the loop and head out over the door, there's a ridge that goes up behind those tracks. So we're going to have to get the sight line and project it to the back wall, because there's no need to get in there and paint a lot of things on a wall that nobody's going to ever see. When I get that ridge and the trees on the ridge and so forth, that going to paint a big, try to paint a big mountain scene on the wall back in the back that you'll see over the top of the trees. So that, it's down the road here. Ambitious projects. But anyway, this is the culmination of basically this being Thursday, 4 days of working on this. So we'll put it together and see what it comes out. This is a picture that we're trying to create. When we get finished painting over there, we'll have something along the bottom. Won't be as dramatic as this is, but we have a scene in mind. Not an original scene on somebody else's railroad, but a general scene that will fit where we are. So this is what we're trying to create, and with the sky. So, well, there it is.